Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me here on Avon Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. It is once again, such joy and this curious feeling in my heart what I'm bringing into this space. And I'll tell you what, every time now, this is the 9th occasion I am here. I've been here, and I'm always feeling my little heart. So I just want to acknowledge, because what Spirit is giving me is coming through my heart, and I really feel that you are going to feel that frequency as well. So thank you very much for joining me here. We are live, and this is our show, Zsuzsanna Medium, and your host, myself, is Zsuzsanna Hörcsög, and I'm a medium. I love talking to the dead, the frequencies, the highest of the highest frequencies, I always say. So if you were here previously, thank you very much for coming back, tuning in, finding me, finding my webpage, zsuzannamedium.com, or finding me on social media, which is again quite easy to remember, Zsuzsanna Medium. And then as I always say, I've got only 9 letters in my name, so it's quite easy to remember, ZSU, ZSA, and A. So here we go. So we are here, and after 2 quite interesting and lovely conversations, the last 2 episodes, when we had 2 quite unique people here as guests. Today I'm going to take 2 callers, but before that, I'd like to tell you something. I'd like to talk about horses. So if you are tuning in, and this is your first time, stay with me. I really I want to reassure you, just stay with me. I'm going to talk about horses, but if you know the way how I work or how the conversations go in my shows or on my Facebook pages, just trust. Okay, so let's see where we are going with the horses. I need to tell you, I don't know anything about horses, but Spirit gave me the conversation. So here we go. I need to give you a few little nuggets of my life. Now, when I was about 7 years old, my parents took me, we visited our grandparents, and one set of grandparents, they lived in a small village at the end of a very, very small village. And then they had animals. They had a farm, they had a huge farm. They had all kind of animals. And then amongst everything, there was a horse. And then on one occasion, I clearly remember, on one occasion, they decided to put me on a horse just to see whether I can ride or what is going to happen. And I'm so clearly, still, even now, I'm remembering that moment that, they put you on the horse. I did some noises, and then they decided to take me down from the horse. And even though I knew that I could really trust my parents and my grandparents, and I can trust that beautiful horse, I was so very fearful. Something really held me back. Going a little bit further, about 15 years ago, I had another occasion going to France, and with a lovely, lovely person in my life, we decided to visit a farm where we could hire horses, and then we could take a little trot along wherever we were within a group. And I remember everybody was having a really good time. I was having a really good time, but I was totally freaked out because my horse we ended up in a forest. The horse was eating, I don't know what the horse was eating, but I was just so very scared, and I could not really say anything. I couldn't say anything in Hungarian or in English or let alone in French to make something to happen. But while I'm saying this, because somehow I could not really trust that I would be safe. The only thing I knew that we booked the whole adventure for about an hour. And then I knew that there was a point where things would be ending. But then the fear took over, so I could not really enjoy the experience. So what I'm saying, 2 days ago, again, I was again in a space where those children, those youngsters who have very, very special and very unique abilities, they had a chance to try horse riding. And I was just really taken aback by the whole experience, how those children who might be otherwise quite reluctant to try things, or maybe not really being able to communicate how we perceive communication. But when it came to riding a horse or doing anything with a horse, they were in this beautiful, beautiful world of acceptance, joy, and very much being in that very, very present moment, because I could really feel their energies, how much they were accepting and they were trusting their teachers, how much they were trusting that horse, and then how much they enjoyed that experience without thinking about how long it would last or how well they are doing, but they were just very much in the very, very present moment. And then it really made me think whether we trust, are we really trusting something or somebody in our lives? And then even if we are trusting, are we really using our senses so that we are truly, truly present in that very moment? Now, I can say that, yes, I'm trusting the people around me, or I'm trusting the environment around me, or I might say I don't trust the people around me, or I don't trust the environment conversations around me. So I can just really, we can just really talk about this, think about this. But at the same time, since I'm going to take a few callers here, and then the messages are always coming from the highest of the highest source, the highest energies, this person, myself, can access in any given moment. Whether my question is whether I'm trusting or not trusting, whether I'm trusting, and now I'm saying I am, that is you, whether you are trusting that your life is being held by that higher consciousness, by that source of love and that unity. So my invitation for you today is just, maybe wherever you see a horse or not, but then just remember this conversation, how much we are trusting, how much we are using maybe our gut senses, gut instincts and feelings to trust what is around us, whether we are experiencing ourselves as a free-spirited horse in that sense, if I want to take the analog here, or whether I am a really free-spirited human, or whether I am maybe I'm just going one way, and I'm just going one way without, or maybe, so just think about that, okay? And the other one is just use everything what you can, maybe your meditation practice, maybe your breathing, maybe your gratitude, as you say, gratitude for everything what you perceive, that you know that whatever is happening to you right now in your life, there is a reason why you are experiencing it. And maybe 2 months later, or maybe 2 years later, you will look back and then you feel good that I have trusted. It's good I have trusted, even though I did not know how my life was turning out or what is happening, but I am trusting from the highest source. I'm trusting that spiritual help. I'm trusting that universal source, that what I am receiving, it is for my highest good. And while I'm experiencing that trust, you notice what you are feeling in your body, and then how you are able, from that space, how you are able to perceive your reality moment after moment after moment. So that's my invitation for you for this week. So I still don't know how to ride a horse, but then rest assured, you will be the first one to hear about it if it ever happens. And my next adventure is about horse riding. But here, it's really about trust, trusting and allowing. So let's see. As I said, I'm going to be very conscious of my time, because I would really like to have real conversations, different conversations with you. So we have somebody coming in a minute. So you see, when I think if we go back, if you were here, if you visit my second show, which I think was around the 19th of January, where we were talking about allow, trust, and surrender. So in the very moment, when I start, when I put my focus on how I trust, how I allow that my life path, my own soul experiencing itself in every single moment, my reality is changing. And while I'm in that space, if you also visit my website, sorry, not my website, my Facebook, Zsuzsanna Medium, quite recently, once again, I talked about gratefulness and gratitude, and shared about a few ideas, a few tips about my own experiences, how I bring up that joy within me when I'm experiencing gratitude. So it is really how I trust, how I allow, and then every single moment, my focus is back to feeling grateful for the experience in the very moment, and then the next moment, and then the next moment. So in this way, I trust. This is how I am aiming to live my life. So just bring that earthly experience and then the higher consciousness together in your life. So that's the invitation. So let's see, we are going to have Bob in Orangeville, Ontario, Canada, who is ready. So let's see, Bob, can you hear us, please?
Barely, yes. I can hear you, but it's difficult.
Okay, you know what? We will do our best. We will do our best.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much for calling in. So we will just listen to each other's sounds. So how can I help you?
Well, first time I've ever asked for a reading from a medium. I'm not quite sure what questions are reasonable to ask, but I'll ask my question and I'll be guided by your insight. So my question is, do I really, truly want a companion for the rest of my life? I'm a widower, and my wife died 6 years ago, and I thought that I was content being alone, but I'm recently I'm not. But I'm wondering what's in the future regarding a companion for the rest of my life.
Sure. So I'm hearing two things, Bob. You were saying that this is the very first time you are intending to talk to a medium, and then you just summarize your life, how you lost your wife 6 years ago, and now you are asking how your life is going to move forward. And we are talking about relationship. That is our main focus. Now, I need to tell you, immediately. So I will tune in. I'm tuning into your energy right now. The psychic. So what is happening? But I need to tell you just one little piece of information. Since you mentioned your wife, is that all right if I mention something about her as well, please?
Yes.
Okay. Now, would you understand? She's showing me ballet shoes and then dance, ballet, the type of ballet. Would you understand that, please?
The signal was garbled. I didn't quite hear exactly what you said.
Okay. Would you understand in relation to your wife in spirit, ballet shoes and then ballet or ballet dress or ballet music or something to do with ballet and movement?
Ballet? Oh, no, that's not. That was never part of our life.
Okay, for some reason she was showing me ballet shoes, putting ballet shoes on, but also please understand maybe there's a picture or a painting around or something which might have a significance to her, representing a ballet dancer. So I'm just going to give you this piece of information here.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes happens we get a piece of information and then maybe a little bit later, it just clicks. You just remember that picture. So this is what your wife is immediately showing. Now moving forward, okay. So, but you see what we can do. If you remember, please feel free to send me a note. Just to let me know that actually it made sense, or maybe still out in the energies. Okay. Now moving forward, I'm receiving 3 and 4. I need to go forward, not 3 days. Not 3 weeks, it feels like 3 and 4 months, Now, what I'm feeling with your energy, I start giving you the information, and we will get to the relationship. What I'm feeling for you is that I know I need to move forward, but I'm feeling a little bit hesitant, I'm trying to maybe hold myself a little bit back. And then when I'm seeing somebody with your back towards the wall, I feel that as if I want to keep myself a little bit. Maybe I just want to observe life as opposed to really taking part in it. Would you understand that, please?
I think so. It's just that the signal, like the actual clarity of your words is really marginal.
Oh, okay. Maybe if I speak a little slower, let's see how we go, would you understand that as you got the intention to move forward, but then somehow energetically you feel that it is safer to keep yourself just a little bit closer to the wall, and more observing what is happening, as opposed to really wanting to take part in my own life.
Yeah, I understood what you said.
Does it resonate with you, this information, please?
Pardon?
That I'm observing, I'm a little bit careful. I would rather have somebody else telling me or leading me as opposed to me wanting to step forward.
I think you said that I feel there's somebody leading me to step forward.
Yes. Would you understand that right now, as I'm moving forward, your energy is more of that I'd rather have somebody showing me the way or leading me, as opposed to me coming forward and living and leading my own life. Would you understand that energy, please?
Okay, I understood what you just said. Yes. So there's a comparison or a difference between somebody leading me and me deciding to live my own life as I wish.
Yeah, perfect. Now, would you also understand, because I have a grandfather behind you, I need to go for your father's side on a grandfather, I'm just going to give you the information because I have a gentleman who feels a little bit taller than you, and then definitely a little bit more, I'm not saying forceful, but they just gently, like, okay, just you need to get on with your life. This is what he's showing me. Would you understand that? Somebody who is maybe a little bit more outspoken than you might feel yourself.
Okay, I understood your words, but the idea of a gentleman being a little more forceful, there's nothing in my life like that.
Okay, would you understand a grandfather or somebody who was your grandfather, somebody in spirit, who would be a little bit taller?
I never knew my grandparents. They died long before I was old enough to remember them.
Okay, that's absolutely fine, Bob. Sometimes it happens, even if we did not meet them, they come forward because they want to help us, So even if we don't remember them or if we don't know them, maybe you can check on a photo or maybe you can ask somebody in the family. But I feel that on your father's side, there is a grandfather or somebody who felt like a grandfather to you, who was just behind you, and then a little bit taller gentleman. But you see, I'm using my two hands, and it feels that gently wanting to push you, and you just get on with your life. This is what I'm feeling,
That I understood your words. That's interesting. Yes.
Okay. Now I need to go forward for 3 and 4 months. Okay, because let's just see where we are going with the energy. Now, what this grandfather is showing me that I need to sort again, just saying that I need to sort my life out, because I see your calendar. And then as I'm looking backwards, looking to the present and looking to the future ahead of me, like a few months ahead, I feel that I'm a little bit reluctant to turn the page in my calendar. I'm a little bit reluctant to put myself out and to make looking a little bit further ahead. Would you understand that, this energy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Now, what this grandfather is saying that, sometimes it happens that we really want to focus on what is happening in front of us, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, maximum of a week. But then what he's saying, you don't have anything to be ashamed of. You don't have anything that you need to be really, feel bad about. But he's saying that you need to just stand up. I also want to, if you were here, I would really lift you by your shoulders. I need to stand taller. I don't have anything to be really, really, I don't want to say the word ashamed, but I don't have anything. Please don't feel that there's something you need to be really thinking about, but I just have to put myself out, and then I need to be that brave person, And then he's reminding you of an experience what you had when you were 11 and 13 years old. I'm also getting a sailing. I'm sailing. So I don't know whether there is a piece of memory around that, or feeling that the life is moving forward, that it's the time that I need to start sailing, I need to start, breathing a little bit deeper in my heart, a little bit more comfortable in my body. And then this is how I am moving forward. Would you understand that, please?
I understand your words, but I'm just at that age to sailing.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine, Bob, because this while we talk live here, it remains as a recording, so you can always go back. So when we were given 11 and 13, he is making a reference, something, a memory he was bringing in your life. So maybe a little bit later, maybe you dream about it, or it will come up in your life, and you just suddenly remember, that was it. When you just said you went through, you were that courageous person, and then this is what this grandfather is showing me, because as I'm using my hand in this faith, it feels like I'm feeling as if I am being squeezed, and I'm feeling as if it's a little bit tight for me to move forward, but then he's making you aware of that, just cleaning those thoughts, working with your thoughts. I also need to say that I need to clear something around it's not my heart, well, it's a little bit of my heart as well, but I need to clear my throat, it's the energy of those words I have not spoken. I feel that especially I need to go back about 4 or 5 years when I did not really talk about how I was really feeling. Could you understand that? And it feels like a little bit stuck between my heart and my throat area. Would you understand that, please?
Yes, I do.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much for working with me. It helps when we put our feet down on the floor. It's good, that the energy started working with us. I feel that you are very, very courageous and brave that you have opened this conversation, because just by being in this conversation, you are already clearing something from your heart. And as I listen to your voice, that is the sound, when we are in a conversation and when we touch certain conversations, then our body starts showing signs, So my suggestion is, I don't know what your favorite colors are, but I really love going for colors, blue and green. If you wear blue and green around, that is the frequency which is helping us. Also some healing I'm feeling. But then most certainly I'm feeling that what was behind me, we just need to, I feel that this is what you are going to work on. What was in the past, we need to remember it remains in the past. That frequency is behind us. I feel that the last 2 years, you started feeling a different presence and a different energy around you. And right now you are feeling a little bit, that is what is happening, Would you understand that? That's something that you feel the frequency, you feel the energy slightly differently. There is a little bit like awareness is opening there for me. And then I'm really questioning my own experience. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now I'll tell you what. If this is the frequency resonating, I'm so very, very happy for you, because I also want to give you a color yellow. I'm going a little bit lower. Okay, so if you have ever worked with your chakras, or if you had any healing or even sound healing, I feel that would be quite beneficial. You might want to try or consider trying, especially when it comes to chakra balancing, so that all those energy zones within your body, I feel that there are a lot of questions, a lot of really good and valuable conversations around this area. And then I feel that the white light, the white frequency would like to come a little bit closer to you, so we can also work. You can also work with all the thoughts, because I feel that sometimes you wake up during the night and then you wonder, where did this thought come from? Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So I feel that within our conversation, you see, this is what happens when we have, as you had a direct question about relationships and moving forward. And then sometimes spirit gives us the direct answer, I could have said that, yes, I see a lady there. This is what I feel for you. But then there are times when spirit is giving us a quite different type of conversation, and then exactly what we need to hear. And then I feel that in this instance, and I'm already feeling your heart, that energy, that frequency opening, and I'm feeling that your breathing is smoother and calmer. Would you understand that, please? Since the time we started talking here.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. I tell you what, that really clearly shows me that when it comes to you starting to work with somebody, maybe have a healing session, so that working with those frequencies and then really aligning your chakras, opening your heart. I also feel that you need to start talking about even heart pain, you know, because I feel that what is in the heart, a little bit lower in your heart, that wants to come out. Now, I need to also link with your ex-wife because she's whispering to you. Would you understand that you sometimes hear her whispering?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. She is there and she's just very, very delicately, she's acknowledging the flowers you gave her, you know, that was very, very precious for her, you know, the flowers. And then all the encouragement, and she's making me aware that the encouragement you gave her, she wants to give that back to you, you know. And then in this sense, she's using one particular word for the word darling, one form of darling. But this is what she's saying. I feel that there was one word which was a word only between the two of you. Would you understand that, please?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Bob. Thank you. Now, this is what she's saying. So please understand, you were very, you know, you were giving a lot of love. She's giving the love back to you. She's encouraging you to move forward. She says that the first couple of steps will be a little bit rough, but then she's going to be there. And then when it is the time for you to move forward and let everything go, then you will take big steps, you know. I need to go forward about 18 months. Okay, so I really, really hope this little conversation of ours, Bob, made sense to you. I really, you know, I know our conversation is coming to an end here, but please drop me a line. Let me know how everything is holding out for you, you know, and you can find me if you would like any more help or healing or any of us here on Avalon Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Well, thank you very much for calling in. Thank you. And I'm sending you lots of love and many, many blessings. And for the rest of us, rest of our listeners here, thank you very much for being here. You see, sometimes it happens. We get different conversations and Spirit is guiding us into a different direction, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then you see, this conversation is open to everybody. And then just like how we said trust, you were really, Bob, if you are still listening, you were really there in that very present moment, trusting. And I'm just so grateful, you know, we have had this conversation. So the rest of us, please come back. Next time is going to be episode 10, and I'm always here on Tuesdays, 5 p.m. EST, 10 p.m. GMT with another conversation. And find me for readings as well, ZsuzsannaMedium.com. And I'm sending you lots of love and many, many blessings for the week ahead. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Thank you.